Hi, everyone. I just wanted to do a quick podcast today. I'm preparing for the Jack Canfield interview coming up. I'm doing one of his workshops. It's very exciting. And I wanted to talk about slowing down to achieve and accomplish more because sometimes we can be in the hustle bustle and we're running and we're dropping things and we're trying to juggle all the things. And trust me, I am always juggling all the things with two little kids and running a practice and getting my doctorate. I'm always juggling. So part of right the happiness playbook series podcast is just really meeting you where you're at, right? Like, and where I am at, right? And the right audience is going to come to me because it's the same with clients, right? We definitely attract the right clients and the right people in our lives. So if you're somebody too that is juggling a lot and feels like there's not enough time, actually slow down, because when you're moving more intentionally, more purposefully, right, you're not going to forget the thing. You're not going to slam, you're closing the door. You're not going to, right, like spill your coffee. Slow down, prioritize. What do I absolutely have to do today? Right. And what can I maybe reschedule if I need to, right? Or if I keep that pace and I just do one thing at a time, notice I get everything done, right? When I'm go, 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 and I gotta go and I'm hustling and I'm running, I'm spilling things, I'm dropping things, I'm getting more frustrated. And so always slow down. You actually accomplish more and trusting. So like I'll have this really busy day on my schedule. I'm like, how am I gonna get that all done? And then somebody might reschedule. And I'm like, great, that worked out. Right. So sort of trusting that things will work out and have that flexibility. So really being able to kind of move with what's happening. I'm always grateful for whatever happens because I'm like, there's probably a reason I needed that person reschedule. I probably need to get something else done. Right. And I definitely don't stress about it, right? I don't get rigid about the schedule changing. I try to stay in sort of that easy moving flow state, you could call it, right? And really taking your breaths, staying grounded, right? Keeping your feet on the floor, right? So we're not tripping over ourselves running after what we're trying to accomplish. And that's huge. And also creating more space in your schedule. If you find that it's hard to slow down, it probably calls for creating more room and more space within your day so you're not in that sort of hyper vigilant rush state. And so there is always that, like, I can pull back here or I can move something over here, and really treating your schedule like part of like your nervous system, right? Like, what is going to feel best for me today? If I'm running from yoga to a vision appointment to a client and I'm not creating any space there, and maybe I don't have time for lunch, right, and then I'm feeling more dysregulated. So really, like, giving yourself 2 hour windows, right, when you're doing things rather than an hour and a half, like just creating a little more space is huge, and it can actually really reduce your stress and also create more enjoyment and happiness, right? We're all about raising our happiness levels. How can I enjoy life a little bit more, my day a little bit more, right? Like what I'm doing even more, and really always checking in with yourself and your body. And your body's going to tell you, right? What do I need? I need to slow down. Usually we need to slow down. We're in a hustle bustle culture, right? And so really starting to notice, how can I just move more intentionally, be more present in my body, be more in the moment? That's huge, right? How can I be more present with who I'm talking to? We're in such an age where there's so many distractions. People are, oh, my phone, it's binging, it's bombing. I got more emails. I got this. Maybe make times throughout your day where you check your email and times you don't, right? Really cap and create boundaries around, when you're working and when you're not, especially if you own your own business, because you can work all the time. Trust me, I know, I've done it. It's not helpful. You've got to turn it off. You've got to have that downtime. You've got to sort of put time boundaries around your work. And that's huge. So that's what I have for you guys today. And I hope you can join me next week or tomorrow, whenever, the spontaneous moment of me doing a podcast happens. I'm shooting for weekly, but sometimes daily. Again, it's like, where is there time in my schedule? I was already set up. So I thought, hey, it's time. So glad you joined me. Again, the Happiness is an Inside Job playbook is coming out. So this is preparing for launch. Lots of tips and tools in that book, processes, writing, experiential work to really dive deeper into your purpose, what you truly want, your emotions, different techniques, mindfulness, being able to, really figure out where's my authentic self in all of this hustle bustle, right? Who am I? Am I really in my path? Am I really in my zone? Or am I living, a life that I thought I'm supposed to live, right? Or trying to please everybody else, and really starting to take a step back, right? And going, hold on, am I truly enjoying my life, or do I need to maybe try some different roads? And so there's a lot of tools to help you reflect, to help you process. And again, I always say having a mentor, a therapist, a coach, somebody, a team, honestly, if you're making big changes in your life, is really helpful. So who are those people that, it's somebody that, they kind of have what you want. You're like, I like, they got that together. I want what they have. So it's being, finding out what are those. And sometimes like it could be, oh, I feel a little jealous of that. Oh, well, it's just because I want it. I just want it. And, so there's that piece of starting to identify what is that we truly want, or are we just the hamster in the wheel, right? We're just go, go, go. And are we really where we really want to be, right? And so starting to question, starting to make intentional choices, starting to really manifest what you want, not what you think you want, because that's a big thing. We could get what we want and then realize, wow, I'm not happy, right? Jim Carrey really talks about that, in some of his interviews, is getting everything you wanted and realizing, whoa, that wasn't the answer. So sometimes we have to kind of key into what we truly want, and that's an emotional place, right? And that's getting embodied, right? So I do a lot of somatic experiencing work within my counseling, within my writing and my coaching. And so really learning how to get into our intuition, get into our bodies, so that we can be making decisions from a holistic place, not just up here cognitively, because that doesn't have all the answers, right? Not every thought is true. We can change thoughts, we can change belief systems, so we can also change our path if we're not happy. So a lot of what I'm doing is to help people sort of get back into their purpose, maybe, right? If they've slipped out, or maybe they haven't even really thought about what is purpose, right? And what does that mean to me? Because purpose, right? We have research on this, is having purpose can increase levels of happiness. Right? Gratitude can increase levels of happiness. Being grateful for where I am right now, even if it's in transition, even if I'm going from one place to another, I'm not exactly sure of the destination, just being grateful that I get to take the adventure, being grateful that we get to, talk about it and do that together. So, creating communities, right, where you do this work together is powerful. So that's another thing to think about. And, joining the podcast, doing it with a few friends, right? Like listening together, that can be fun, powerful. You guys can, go back and forth about what's coming up for you. So just really some fun ways to use the podcast, to use the workbook, the playbook, because I try to make it fun, right? Why not? We can grow even if it's painful, and have fun, right? Because when we pain, right, the emotion of pain, is often we're getting growth and awareness, right? Pia Melody's emotions chart I use in my office, and we're always looking at, how is this emotion, right, helping me grow, helping me learn wisdom, protection, right, connection. So emotions are so important. We'll be talking more and more about that as we go along. Again, thank you for joining me today, and I'm going to see some clients and do some other things. So talk to you soon.